I could never understand why the videos that I do on YouTube about porn addiction videos always get loads of views, they get so much engagement, there's so much comments underneath, and not just like short sentences. People are really opening up. Guys get very emotional and talk about their problems and what it means to them and how much sadness and pain it's causing them. So before we get into this video, I just want to say well done for having the courage. I really mean it. I really mean it. Well done for having the courage to be honest and open about your porn addiction, your struggle with porn, and to be so open with me and the whole world, and to post a comment, because that takes courage, because not many people would do that. You know, that is a lot of courage. So you've already been successful in having the courage and the honesty and the integrity to admit, to yourself and other people. So that is the right way to go about things. I always say honesty is the best policy. And before becoming successful, usually you've got to be honest about your fears, your demons, your addictions, your mistakes, in order to overcome them, all right? So today is about action, giving you action steps. Is really now the final solution. Hopefully, notes down here. So the first thing we're going to get into, right, is understanding the reason why men watch porn. I mean, all of you understand it. That's what's really fascinating about you guys and about all of us, people in general. We're really good at understanding our own psychology. I can't explain how we do it. We're just naturally, instinctively, through evolution or God or whatever, we understand. We are, I don't really need to sit down and lecture you guys and make you understand why you're going on to porn, right? Because you've already told me. You've told me in the comments below. You guys have told me in like amazing articulate fine detail, better than like a doctor or psychologist. I'm reading it going, this is actually some really good creative writing these guys are writing. One of your comments stuck out to me amongst all your comments on the last video I done about porn addiction, right, during the lockdown. And it kind of made me come up with this, because it's a lot of what you said. You used the word relief. You said, I know my addiction's bad, the porn, and I've got the social anxiety and the video gaming as well. It's all escapism, because when guys are going through their pain, the pain of not having a relationship with a woman, right? The pain of not being able to confront their social anxiety, the pain of being in pain, because they've been in pain for many years, which most of us, or every single person on planet Earth is in pain through something that's happened to them or something that they haven't got, or whatever they're going through, right? Some more than others. So temporary relief. Porn, the essence of the addiction is, the reason why guys go to porn is to get some relief, to get some good emotions, a sexual release, psychological release, an emotional release. It's trying to get the closest thing possible that a real relationship with a woman would give you. Or having, it doesn't always have to be a romantic relationship, a friendship, an intimate, loving relationship, just with other people. So because a lot of people have been deprived of that for whatever reason, right, whether it's through your own lack of discipline in your life and you haven't been facing fears, which I believe most of it is, right? I know there's grey areas. Some cases things happen to people that are not their fault, but for however it's happened. So the reason, and you guys have all kind of admitted that, and I know that from my porn addiction in the past, right? And it could happen to me at any time as well. Anyone can be vulnerable to watching porn. It just so happens I haven't watched it during this period, thank God. So it's good that I do these videos. It holds me accountable. But if I do, I'll be honest with everyone, like you guys have been with me, and say, I've messed up, I've watched it, right? Like I said in the comments, no one's perfect here. Everyone's a work in progress. All of us have got one addiction or another. But anyway, right? This isn't my point. Let me get to my point. Please stay with me, right? I've got a lot to cover. I have to get this out. It's really important. So, when guys go on porn, I know the psychology, because I've been in it. The mind will go, I know this is wrong, right? I know this isn't, and when I say wrong, I'm not like condemning people like, oh, you're a sinner, you're this, you're that, even though some people can believe that, right? That's fair enough. I haven't got a problem with people believing that. But what I mean is, you're wrong in yourself. You know that when you go and watch that, it's going to give you about a 10-second relief, and it always leaves you with a heavy bill that you have to pay. And the bill, the debt, right, the consequences of watching porn, as you guys have explained, are always guilt. You feel guilty, you feel ashamed, you feel embarrassed. You know, you can feel like you've disgraced yourself. You feel more frightened, and you lose motivation when you watch that stuff, especially if you watch it regularly, right? Now, this is just my personal opinion. I don't think it's the worst crime in the world if a guy once in a while watches porn and masturbates, right? Now, I'm not condemning it. I don't agree with it. Even as by my faith as a Christian, right? When I do it, I never feel good about it. Whether you do it once a year, but it just trying to be as fair as I can, right? And not biased or anything. I don't think it's as bad if you did it very, very infrequently, as opposed to if you're doing it every day of the week or you're doing it all the time, right? And I know some people say by principle, an addiction's addiction, you know, whether you do it 4 times a year as opposed to 300 times a year is the same. I would probably disagree with that. So I'm not saying watch porn on a temporary basis. No, I'm actually saying, look, I want the whole world to quit if I had the power to do that, right? I'd like me to also have the strength to know in my own heart I'm never going to watch it again. I can't guarantee that, right? For now, I've got the strength not to watch it. I don't have the urge at the moment, right? But it could happen to anyone. So we're all vulnerable to porn, right? We've established that. And even a teacher is, right? Someone who teaches. I just want to make a point of saying, I'm not a porn addiction expert, right? Now let me explain where I come in, the middleman. What I am an expert in, and have been for the last decade, is, so I'm getting a bit passionate today, I'm an expert in helping people to conquer what they're frightened of. That's where my expertise comes in. But there is a connection with porn. So I just make a point of saying again, so people don't start, you know, I'm probably going to get loads of subscribers because everyone's going to go, Johnny Berba's a porn expert. I'm not a porn expert, right? Wouldn't be ashamed of that. But my teaching, if you apply it, it will help you. There's no question of a doubt, because I did it for me, and I've done it for so many other people and clients over the years. It will help you if you apply my teaching to pack in the porn. Let me explain. Now, I wrote a thing here, right? Didn't really do this video in order, but never mind, right? By the way, if you're getting a lot of value from this, always smash the like button. And I know you guys are going to leave comments anyway, because it's a very, everyone wants to kind of share their opinion on this. And subscribe to my channel if you're new. On this channel, I help people to get control over their fear. And well, basically, I help people to face their fears in their life, right? And that holds a lot of value, so they can build confidence. So, I wrote here hard and easy. And there's no pun. When I wrote that, I laughed in my own head. It's easy to watch porn. That's why it's dangerous, right? I wrote this down. This came from my heart. Anything in life that's easy is usually dangerous, right? I'll let you think about that. Porn is easy. That's why it's dangerous. Anything easy in life is dangerous. We'll get to that in a second. Facing your fears, which is where I come in. This is my expertise. You know, like Batman. Batman was petrified of bats and his own demons, and he was petrified of criminals and crime, but he faced and embodied what he was afraid of to do the greater good. That's what Johnny Berba done. I was petrified of people growing up, social phobia, petrified of life, petrified of my insecurities and being rejected, and petrified of success. I faced it, and that's where the brand was built from. I gained confidence, courage. First of all, for me, right, however you want to say it, selfishly or kindly, a bit of both, right, because if I didn't get myself sorted out, I couldn't have blessed so many people around the world. Then I started teaching people around the world how to face their fears in their life so they can live a better life and be better in life, right? So can you kind of get my background in all how this has kind of started, right? It's kind of built some momentum with these videos. And I didn't even realize I'd done a video 3 years ago that I didn't even think about, right? And the quality's not great. I was going through a very bad depression at the time. I didn't even know. That was before I had my mental breakdown. And I did a video about porn addiction and how it creates anxiety, and it's got 39,000 views, and it's shot poorly, poor camera quality, but so many people love that video, and so I've kept it on the channel, right? Because now we've come up to the present, 3 years later. The videos, these new ones I've done, have kicked a momentum off, which I didn't expect. So facing fears is hard. Facing your fears in life is hard. This is why the results are amazing, because anything of any value in life, usually, right? Anything of any value in anything you do, your education, you're studying to be a lawyer, a doctor, you're starting your own business, you're working on improving your mental health, you're working on quitting your porn addiction and getting a relationship with a woman, a real loving, honest, intimate relationship. These things are hard. So the danger with the porn is it's so easy to access. It's so easy just to go on it anytime you want. But the consequences that it leaves you with are not easy. Like all of you have testified to or admitted to, and I know from my own struggle with it. So here comes the solution, right? How are we doing for time? I can't believe the time flies on this. I'm trying to keep this video for 20 minutes, right? It might go over. Now, I'm not going to go into any more about the psychology. We already know that, right? I'm not going to play psychologist. There's loads of people online doing that. You guys are master psychologists, we all are. You know why you're watching porn, right? You're watching porn because you're scared to face pain. And I'm going to be honest with you. You have to face the pain that you're avoiding in your life, which is why you're going on porn and masturbating to get that sexual, social, psychological release. You have to face the pain, whatever you're dealing with, your own personal demons, whatever they are to you. Most of it, I've done my research, is around you facing people. And not just facing people, intimately talking with people because you're frightened of being hurt in relationships, or you don't feel confident to build relationships, or you're scared of trusting people. You're afraid of succeeding. You don't know how to, in your own mind, you're scared of responsibility. You're scared of becoming successful. It's overwhelming. So right now it's like, I can't deal with that. I just can't deal with life, with anxiety, with social phobia, with my demons, with my thoughts, with what happened to me in my past. So I need to watch the porn. I'm saying to you, no. And this is how you do it, right? And I was really anxious today, right? Not scared like a coward, but more worried that you guys ain't gonna get what I understand because I've done it and got great results from it, and what my clients over the years have, or great people that have watched my stuff. Do you know how you conquer your porn addiction and face your fears and get the results you want in your life to give you happiness? Do you know how you do that? I've wrote it down here. You ain't gonna believe, you guys are gonna be like, what is Johnny talking about? You make a decision. When you make that decision, you make a decision to confront the pain in your life that you've made a decision to avoid when you watch porn, because you've already made a decision to watch porn. You're doing that all the time. And the confidence and the courage and every bit of strength you guys need, right? You don't need to make that decision. And what will follow from that decision is you facing a tremendous amount of pain in your life. How honest am I going to be? How many teachers are dishonest? They're not. They promise that it's going to... No. The pain. I don't know if you guys know or not. The pain that I went through to get from when I started this whole journey at around, I say 28, it wasn't 28, sorry, it was officially 21, 22. But at 28, I started my own business on YouTube and started teaching, and that's when I got famous and known about a year later, about 29 years of age, right? But what I had to go through on a psychological level, the ups, the downs, it was painful. Is it worth it? 100% yes. 100%. So you shouldn't be intimidated or afraid. Batman goes, all the heroes do. I know you guys, look, if you don't face the pain, right, of facing people or money or education or school or career or changing in your life, if you don't face that pain, you're going to be in the worst kind of pain ever. And you already know that because you guys are in that pain right now, right? I say that respectfully. I don't say that to be patronizing, right? So that's where the teaching was born, where I become an expert, because I was in that place years ago where everything was a porn addiction pretty much. Metaphorically, yes, I did used to watch porn back then, right? I wouldn't say it was my main nemesis. I actually think there's a worse for addiction. Now this is just my take, right? Which is why one of you said, Johnny, why are you against NoFap? No. I'm not against NoFap. I'm not really against anyone. I'm against evil. What I said was, I've called out the bullshit with a lot of, not all of them, but a lot of men who hide under the umbrella of NoFap and the fact that they've not watched porn for 300 days, which is an amazing achievement, don't get me wrong, but they're not facing their fears in their life enough, or they're not doing it. So NoFap becomes a way of claiming an identity to make you feel good, when in truth, it's not really about NoFap and porn per se. It's about, have you got the bollocks to confront your fears in your life? And I did it, right? I've continued to do it. So I know what it takes. I've got full confidence all of you can do it, right? I know not all of you are going to do it. That's just the reality. But I know a lot of you can, which is why I'm here, to train you up and to help you to confront your fears in your life. Most of it is just really confronting the fear. I mean, not just dumbing it down. Most of it's talking to people, relationship building. But on a psychological level, it's going to feel so much more to a lot of you. But you should do it. It'll be the best thing you've ever done. When you confront the fear, that already takes care of the porn addiction, because you're too busy when you're facing fear, dealing with the amazing self-esteem that you get, the highs that you get, the confidence, the love. Eventually, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get more of you a real relationship with a woman, which I've done successfully for so many men, right? So I've no doubts about that. Or if you don't want a relationship with a woman, to at least get you relating to women in an honest way and get you some friends. A lot of you said you haven't had friends, which is why it's starting to make sense now. The lonely video I've done, I'm starting to understand your problems more than I've ever done, I think, because of more age experience. So can you understand what I'm trying to make sense of all this porn addiction, NoFap, you know, and all the social anxiety, the gaming? So I'm saying, like in my coward videos, you can't blame porn, because it, like one of you said, it's not forcing you to watch it, right? It's not tying your pants down, putting your hands behind your back, making you, you know, obviously touch yourself. It's a decision to take action and face your fears. And when you do, your life's going to change, you guys. I always say this, I said it throughout the years, right? I don't want to spoil the whole journey for you, because it's an amazing journey. It's self-explanatory when you face your fear. What I mean by self-explanatory is, I won't have to spend hours sitting down in classrooms explaining to people what they need to do. When you confront your fear on a practical level, and you gain some momentum, which is so important here, because most of us, we gain momentum with the wrong things in our life. We gain a lot of momentum on porn, or video gaming, or junk food, or trolling, or any negativity, any negative addiction, right? We gain a lot of momentum in that, and that creates so much low self-esteem, but we don't gain momentum in the right way, which is right for you, which is right for me, right? So you have to spend a significant amount of time, I would say minimum 6 weeks, to gain confidence. And that's what Batman done in the films. I use Batman in Netflix, I love Batman. The story is full of truth, right? That's what Johnny Berba done. I gained a lot of momentum. It is hard, guys, but it should be hard because there's value in it. Remember, whatever is easy in life is dangerous for you, right? When we do take the easy path, we think we're getting off the hook. We're not. We're just escaping some fear and responsibility temporarily to set ourselves up through a lot of darkness and pain and depression and despair and resentment and fear and no growth, right? I did a video years ago about good suffering and bad suffering. So you gotta consciously choose to face your fears, and psychologists have proven, and I've proven for myself, right, through experience and teaching for a decade, when a person chooses to face fear, the fear is a lot easier to deal with and face. It's not as bad as you think or as bad as you feel. But when a person does not vouch to face fear, it's terrifying for them, because psychologically fear is a bully. What do bullies prey on? Fear, intimidation. You want you to back down from them, control. What happens when you stand up to a bully? Well, bullies get scared because you're not letting them control you. So that's the same way that we conquer fear. So I'm an expert, as you can hear, in conquering fear, facing fear, understanding it. And I'm an expert also in building confidence, because how does a person build confidence? I've done years of research, not in books, in real life practicality, facing fear. How does a person create success and happiness and meaning in their life so they don't feel like killing themselves? I'm getting really passionate today, boy, I'm all out. How do they break free? By gaining a significant amount of confidence, because when you have confidence, you attract success. You create it, or you make it, or whatever word, same outcome. So I'm not an expert in porn addiction per se. I'm an expert in fear, confidence, courage. So you guys need courage. I mean, you don't need any confidence to face your fears, by the way. Isn't that great? I'll say that again. You don't need any confidence to face your fears. What you need is a lot of bollocks, which is just my kind of word for, it's courage. Courage is free. Courage doesn't need qualifications or experience, or no, it's from within. But when you act on courage and you face the fears, the confidence comes after. So at the moment, you guys are lacking in confidence, you're lacking in courage, and you're lacking in I wouldn't say intelligence, because you're highly intelligent. Isn't that amazing that human beings are so intelligent? They know what they're doing wrong, they know where to put it right, but they still can't do it, right? Let me just hold that. That's not entirely true statement. For a certain period, people still struggle to do it, which is why we need mentors, we need help. I had help, I had that push and do this step by step. Rome wasn't built in a day, success wasn't built in a day, even though all these lies online and things just get exaggerated. The quicker you start, the quicker it will happen, all right? So that's how you conquer porn addiction and gain confidence, all right? Become fearless. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. All about helping you to get control over your life, because when you become fearless, life becomes limitless, all right?